Hey guys, how you doing today? Today the purpose of this video is just to give a little education on solar and see the benefits. A lot of people are kind of curious and they're wondering why all their neighbors are going solar, but they don't really have enough information to want to proceed further and fill out a form and give their information away and get an actual appointment and see what their specific home will look like with solar. So this is just a little bit of an education, free, no obligation. I'm just going to explain a little bit about solar, how it works, kind of the same information you would get if you had an appointment. And solar is very specific to each home, so it's not really cookie cutter because every home has different power that they use. Every home has different, roof, different roof direction facing. So all of that is very specific to each home. Solar is very designed for each family. So this is just some general information about it. And I'm going to do a little bit of a screen share here too, off and on, just to show you some actual information you can look at and see. So my name is Jerry. I have been in solar a long time, and I've helped literally hundreds of people to make the switch from the utility over to solar, helping them navigate that path. So I consider myself an expert. I hope you feel the same way about me. So basically that's it about me. And if you have any questions, or if you want to just get a quote after this video, the next page, there will be an actual form you can fill out, which asks for your address so we can see your roof. It asks for your how much power you use. So we'll usually try to get your power bills information, and then we'll use that to tell how many panels you need and so on and so forth. But I'm going to go into that a little bit more here. So I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So first of all, the main reason why people typically go solar, why you see all of your neighbors doing this, is because of electricity rates. The number one reason is because of rise in the cost of power. It's basically what it comes down to. People with solar save a lot of money. The average home, they'll spend 20 to 100 grand for power over 25 years, and really all that money, you have nothing to show for it after that, right? It's a lot of money. $20 to $100,000 is a lot of money. And I'm sure you would rather pay way, way less and put that money towards something else, like your kids' college education or your retirement or something like that. People going solar, they actually are getting paid to go solar because there's no money out of pocket at all. Not even $1. You just get the solar installed and you pay less than you're paying now. And usually, depends on the house and situation, but it's almost always less than what you pay now. And what's cool about it is it's fixed, so it never goes up. You're fixed. It'd be like going back and fixing your cost for gas like 20 years ago. You probably would have saved thousands of dollars between now and then. The same concept with solar is you're fixing your cost. It's a bill you already pay, right? So there's no money out of pocket. It's no cost to you. It's a bill you already pay. So let's say you pay, $50 a month or $100 a month, and you're just going to pay $80 a month now. So, and it's never going to go up ever again. So that's the good thing about solar is you're locking in your price. So anyway, here's by the state, resident electricity rates by state in 2020. So you could see here's all the states. Here's all the changes of or the rise in percentage of power cost for each state over the previous year. So you could see the red is the rise. So Alabama, for example, went up 3.4% in 1 year. Alaska went up 4%. California, 2%. 5%, 3%. Some states went down a little bit. But if you take all the states, most states go up every year. Some as high as 10%, some as low as 1%, but if you take the whole country, it's an average of 4% a year since like 2000. So you have ever rising cost of power that goes up every year, and with solar, you're fixing your costs, so no money out of pocket. You just pay less from day one, and it never goes up. And I'll show you a little graph about that in a little bit here. So that's the main reason, is saving money. Another reason, here's also the growth of solar since 1992. You can see solar is getting better and better, so more and more people are installing solar. It's getting cheaper. The last couple of years, prices of solar haven't went down much at all, but over all these years, the price of solar has dropped a lot, which has allowed, there's a misconception that it's only for the rich, for solar, but anybody can get solar now. It's come down a lot. So now, another benefit of solar is you're adding value to your home. This is a study done by Berkeley in California, Berkeley Labs. The biggest study for solar ever, actually. It was across 8 states, and over 15 years, they studied solar, and they found out that about 4,000 homes out of 22,000 homes sold that had solar, and they found that it added about $4 per watt across the various states. So that came out to an average of $15,000 of added value to your home. So that's immediately when your solar goes up, installed, you get value added to your home, which is pretty awesome, right? So let's see here. Now, another good part about solar is there's tax credits that are available for people. The government is actually paying you 26% of the total cost of your solar you get back on your taxes, like a refund. So it isn't for everybody, but most people, I'd say 80% of people, can take advantage of this tax credit. How it works is you get a refund on your taxes back, or if you owe taxes, so say your tax credit is $2,000 for the 26%, and you owed $2,000, you basically it would eliminate that bill. Or if you don't typically pay taxes, or you wash out, you would get that money back. And you get 5 years to get it. So say you couldn't get everything in the first year, you would get, the second, third, fourth, fifth year, you could take advantage of that tax credit still. So that's how that works. A lot of states still have a tax credit too. So, but these tax credits are going away. So it was 30% in 2019. In 2020, that went to 26%. Next year, 2021, it's supposed to go to 22%, and then the tax credits are going away. So with the amount that solar has come down and the tax credits disappearing, now is like the perfect time to go solar with the cheapest panels and the still a really good tax credit. So the only time you can't get the tax credit typically is if you're retired. You don't pay taxes. If you pay taxes, you'll get the credit. Basically how it works. Okay, so a lot of people wonder too about the warranties. So here's a little information on that. Typically, most panels, like us as a company, we only use tier 1 panels. There's a tier 2 and a tier 3 panels. We only use tier 1, which is the best panels. They have a 25-year warranty. And the only companies that are allowed to sell those are companies that have certain financials and they've been around a certain amount of time. So they're the better companies too. And how that usually works, the 25 years is what's called a performance warranty. So typically after 10 years, they're guaranteed to be 90% of new still. After 25 years, they're typically guaranteed to be 80% of new still. So a common myth is after the warranty is done, 25 years, you have to replace all your panels, which totally isn't true. They're still guaranteed to be 80% of new still after 25 years. So it's really good. It also comes with a 10-year replacement warranty. So wear and tear, things like that, if a panel just fails, they'll replace it for 10 years. Us as a company, we have an additional insurance that we have that is beyond the manufacturer of the panels and us. It's 30-year warranty on the performance, the failure, and workmanship, which is awesome. Not a lot of companies have that. And it's not that much extra to add that on. And there's no deductible. So it's a one-time cost, a little bit added on, and then you get that 30-year warranty on everything, which is awesome. That makes a big difference. Okay, so now I just wanted to show you a little bit about what it actually looks like to get, to have an appointment, to get a proposal. So basically you'll see something like this, because when you book an appointment, you'll actually give your address. So we'll look at your map, your house, the top of your house with Google Earth, and we'll look at your roof directions, and we'll actually get all of your utility bills from you for the last 12 months, and we'll calculate how many kilowatts you've used for the whole year. So we use that information with your roof to make a design specific for your home. So this is an example of one that we did, a customer that went solar. You would see something like this. So you can see where the panels would go. You can adjust this, but which part of the roof is the best, where the panels would go, and how many panels. So you'd see like a kilowatt size system, how many panels, estimated yearly production, all this stuff would be on there. And we get all this this is actual energy consumption for this person. So we get each month, and then we plug all of this information in, and it spits this out. Yeah, that is basically how that works. So this is a really small system. They're really, pretty low power users. So typically I would say you're looking at, 15 to 20 panels and up for the average person. So that's how that works. Now also, most people finance this. 99% of people finance this. So we basically will give you how much it costs. All of these loans are zero money out of pocket. So I like to look at it like you're switching services, right? So you don't regret buying your home. You have a loan for that. You don't regret that because you get all these benefits for having your own home. It's renting. You're just basically throwing that money down the drain, right? You get no benefit from that except for a temporary living arrangement. With buying your home, you get the equity, you get you own it, so your price never goes up. I like to compare that with solar. It's the same exact concept because you're owning your own power instead of renting your own power, you could say. So the advantage of owning your own power is you own the panels, you get the home value add, you get the tax credits to use, which help pay for a humongous chunk of it, and then you control your costs. So you're not at mercy to the utility company, which will raise their power every year almost, and sometimes big. And we don't know what the future is going to hold, how much energy is going to go up. We just don't know. It's an unknown. When you go solar, it's all known. You know exactly what you're paying. You can budget that, and you're set for decades on your energy cost. So it's really kind of a no-brainer. People tell me all the time, why doesn't everybody do this? It's a no-brainer, Jerry, and it's true. If you're in the right circumstances, it's a no-brainer. You're going to be in your home a while. You can take advantage of the tax credits, all these things. It's a no-brainer. Now, if you're moving really soon, it might not make sense. It might make sense to wait till you're going to be in your home longer. Like if you're moving in a couple, 1, 2, 3 years, I would say you're better off not to go solar. And that's just honestly, from my experience. If you're going to be in your home 5, 10 years at least, solar makes a lot of sense because you get the home value add, you fix your cost, and then when you sell your home, that value add gets added onto it. And it's just like if you were to add or do a home upgrade, it just goes to the next person. So it's pretty awesome how it all works. All right, so another benefit we don't want to forget about is the environmental benefit of solar, which is really awesome too. Many people wonder exactly how the environment benefits, and there's our 5 ways here. One is greenhouse gases. Solar helps reduce the need for fossil fuels being burned. So basically you're going to have less emissions into the atmosphere, and you're going to help prevent or do your part against reducing the greenhouse effect and climate change, which all it helps, They say that every home going solar removes an average of, like 5,000 pounds of carbon emissions a year. And it's pretty substantial for each home. So also air pollution, that makes the air quality bad, burning fossil fuels, respiratory issues, asthma contributes to all of that stuff in each area. As far as burning the fossil fuels, solar is completely clean energy, and the more people that do it, the better and the cleaner our air is, and we'll have less health cost and less on our health care system also. So also water pollution. It takes a ton of water to burn coal and, for cooling and the generators and all the equipment, and it tends to pollute the water supply. It also, a lot of places are experiencing drought, so water can become more expensive. So solar doesn't require any water, so it helps conserve that. Also, we have our natural resources, which is coal and oil and natural gas and so on and so forth, which is a limited resource, right? If we keep using it over time, that's going to diminish and get more expensive. Rates are going to start to skyrocket even more. And then environmental protection. Solar is good for jobs. It's good for the environment, their community, and by going solar, are putting less pressure on the grid to produce, so less blackouts, things like that potentially that you'll have to deal with the more people that go solar. So you're contributing to that. All right, so basically that is that. I really appreciate you spending the time just to listen. If you do, there's no obligation. If you do want to get and find out exactly what you can save and what that looks like, there is no obligation to that. You just fill out the form. We'll get back with you. And typically these days we do like an online appointment over Zoom or something like that, where we can actually show you where the panels would go, like I showed you before, and then what that cost would be, and if it makes sense for you or not. If you could get the tax credits, what the tax credits would actually be for you, whether it's the the countries or the states tax credit, or the federal tax credit, I should say. Going blank there. But yeah, so we'll show you exactly what your tax credit will be and all of that good information, where the panels will go, how many you'll need, and so on and so forth. And then you make a decision on whether it makes sense for you or not. So that's basically how an appointment runs and why we need the information on that form. But anyways, if you have any questions, I'm going to put my email below this. You can email me if you'd like. If you want to call, I'll leave my phone number, or fill out the form, and we'll get back with you. All right. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this.